Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night Sleuths in Ysgard stream on Twitch. My name is Blake Homar and I am the Dungeon Master for this game. I'm stoked for tonight and stoked to introduce our cast. Starting to my right, if you're watching, we've got Sarah. Why don't you tell us about your character and yourself?
Hey, my name's Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger who is also a lycanthrope now. And yeah, we'll see how today goes.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Lycanthropy is almost just like having a new outlook on life, new take, new skin, new teeth, new fur. It's really
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
new posture, new
Yeah,
nail
new
job.
posture. The debilitating pain changes into lycanthropy can't be overlooked. They're really fun.
I'm
Next
used to it. It's okay.
to Sarah, we have Kyle. A little about yourself and your character.
Hi, my name is Kyle. I play Brogan Naked Eye, world's greatest PI and Dragonborn. In addition to that, I also was second in line to be the Master of Chaos behind Steve Froman. And I also have made the wonderful decisions to naked hug Githzerai in the Pool of Sadness, which is what I'm calling it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Sadness.
Once that hug took place, if it wasn't the pool of sadness before, it's now the pool of sadness.
It's become what defines that pool for sure.
Mhm.
um, next, under Carl, we have Nick. Tell us about yourself and your character.
Under Carl, but equal to Carl in many ways.
Yeah.
Um, my name is Nick. I play the character Steve Froman, former deli manager. He's a little bit of an older gentleman with major dad vibes going on. He brings his boomer sensibility and style to the group with mixed success.
Yeah. Yeah, very mixed
Boomer.
success.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, boomer.
It's definitely a marbling of success.
It's a mark. Yes, I like that. That's an excellent deli reference with a marbling of success.
Yeah. Brittany, why don't you tell us about yourself and your character?
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany Rybkema. I play the Battlesmith Artificer Zari. In last week's episode, she was your rebel teen, and now apparently she has turned her life around
Yeah,
and become the mom of the group.
for
Love
real.
Rebel, sorry.
So much was learned in 1 week, from rebel teenager to rebel 20 something mom. To
Oh,
Yeah, it reminds me of everyone I remember from the 90s, but now.
Aggressively abstinent rebel something mom,
Yeah.
rocking that ring of leave me alone.
yeah. You alone. We don't have time for this.
Aggressively abstinent.
Aggressively single. That
Yes.
was
Yeah,
the ring.
aggressively single.
Not
Ring
looking
of
to
being
mingle.
aggressively single.
Well, thank you to all the viewers. Thank you for everyone who checks in with us and watches us weekly. We love you and for what you do. Thank you, Tony, for watching and checking in. Steven, Jess, Hannah. The list goes on. If I forget you, please message me, and I will make sure that I come back and throw your name in the mix because you deserve to be mentioned for supporting us and watching what we do and enjoying the games we play. So thank you for that. We have our YouTube and we have our Spotify, where if you don't catch us on Twitch, you can catch us on YouTube the next day. It's usually posted by Wednesday night. And same thing for Spotify. So check us out, like, follow, subscribe, and I guess it's time to jump in to the world, to the land of Ysgard. In the Forgotten Realms, one of the realms is Ysgard. It was the land ruled by what would be the Viking gods. There was like Odin and Loki, but a war happened. A little war that some may have heard of called Ragnarok. And our sleuths got put right in the middle of it. Steve Froman is unrequitedly pregnant with a slod baby, which should be due any day now. after his
Frost
travels.
Daddy.
Have we determined that? Did we ever look up the gestation? Like,
As
am I showing a baby
the
bump?
gestation
Or
is
would you
about
even
2
notice a
months.
baby bump? Would you even
Uh,
notice a baby bump on
No,
Steve? I
not on
guess you
Steve.
probably
It
wouldn't.
would it would look
Just
it would
look
look
kind of bloated, and he'd be
yeah.
third
You
trimester.
probably don't
Yeah,
even feel pregnant. It's probably more of an indigestion.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, your beer belly
The
hides the
heartburn.
baby bump.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the feeling you get after the extra pastrami. Like I didn't
Yeah,
need to have that sandwich, but woof.
right. Yeah, yeah. But it was delicious. Like halfway through, you knew better, but you powered through. Yeah.
Yeah, you power. It's
When
a
you eat
commitment.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, or you tell yourself someone's starving somewhere else, so you have to finish the sandwich.
I think
Yeah.
Steve is strongly anti Taco Bell. You should go to a real deli, get a real sandwich.
Oh yeah, the dying art of deli slice on fresh meat. As
Way.
we find our sleuths having taken refuge with all of the magic items that they have collected from around the land, from all of the gods and different scenarios where they took it. They went to the Death Ice Palace of Hell and retrieved a necklace of the damned. They went and during a battle retrieved a scale of the skies of the world serpent Yurgmundor. They went and required the drool of Fenrir, the giant 200-foot wolf. And they also went and stole the shield of the fire giant Dreadnought and find themselves now after a night of
Borrowed.
borrowed. Yeah, you just don't remember who the owner was. Like
Well,
it was.
technically, Zari did all the borrowing, and then we did all the. You know what? We're gonna fight something anyway. Zari's like, no, we did the mission. We can leave. No.
Yeah, y'all refused to let me leave.
As we are in the Ashen Tree, the world tree, with past, present, and future, after a long rest, waking up on a day where the day before they said, get some rest because tomorrow we fight gods, which may have been alarming to some, but not to our sleuths, who are full of bravado and power and strife. Um,
Well, at this
Neon,
point, it's kind of a Tuesday for us as well.
It's the
yeah.
Like,
it's the we that sets me off. That's like the little guy in the back of the bar fight being like, "Yeah, we're gonna mess you up." It's like, we're gonna
Ari
argue
just
group.
stares at the sending
All
stone,
talk.
being like, I can't believe this is my life.
Yeah.
And just stares straight at the
Like
sending
a
stone.
total
like in the
Jim
office.
from the office moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you are awoken, you see familiar faces making breakfast in aprons that are standing there. One, you remember Neon. They had stayed over at a dinner party 2 days prior over at the Ashen Tree. And boy, was he entertainment. With his new fiance, Steven Siegel. Ponytail and all, as they cooked breakfast for you both.
Are they doing it in a combined apron that says "Let's get weird"? Because let's just bring that back. I don't want it to ever leave.
it's
I don't
not
think
it's not
you'd
gonna
let it
leave. I still have the shirt. It's
the
not,
shirt is
gonna leave.
completely burnt up and
Even
like
tall and short.
yeah, it's got like cuts throughout it and no, what they have aprons on both that say "Kiss the Cook," but the way they're serving things is essentially like the way they're cooking. Picture like magic. One of them magically flips a pancake into the air. The other, with true monk speed, sends the plate underneath it, throws knives and forks up in the air as they land in perfect position on the table, slams the plate down almost as it's still spinning by the time you're able to sit at the table. Perfect monk breakfast cooking.
You guys are gonna make a killer bed and breakfast.
Vermont is not gonna know what hit it whenever you guys are ready.
It's
That's
the
what I'm
1-2
saying.
punch to Vermont.
That's what it should be called.
Inaccurate.
Called the 1-2 punch in Vermont.
Yeah,
That would
it
be
should
called
be.
the 1-2
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah, we're trademarking that.
then-
You guys.
Hey,
owe us
yeah.
some.
Anybody watching, that's trademark.
Place that they open up in a different state is the 1-2 punch in Rhode Island, the 1-2 punch in Maine.
Yep. Only monks can own it by the way that they can move in swift, precise ways. No one cracks an egg better or a skull. As they set up breakfast for the day, past, present, future stop you on the way to breakfast and say, after you eat, make sure you eat a very light breakfast. You can eat afterwards, but this might upset your stomach. We have a ceremony before we fight gods today.
Uh-oh.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
And all three of them are now talking in unison, which if it wasn't creepy before, it's definitely creepy now. And as they're talking
back
in
to
unison,
creepy.
telling you, no, don't worry. It just may upset your stomach a little bit. Your body might be going through some changes. Well, your body's already been going through some changes, Steve, but all the rest of you, your body may go through some changes.
This is the worst talk ever.
This is like the puberty
There's not
platypus. I
much
don't
of a
want
pep
any of
talk.
this.
Yeah, like grew up in an orphanage and they had better talk than you guys.
You're gonna grow hair in weird places. Joke's on you. I don't grow hair.
We did.
As Past slaps Brogan on the shoulder and says, "Oh, Brogan, you're always so funny. Uh, and I had a talking to from Future. It turns out I didn't know that I was constantly spouting microaggressions towards you. I'm really sorry, Brogan.
Thanks.
No worries. See, sisters, he's a dragonborn who understands." And she goes to walk away.
I just at this point my munkin, and by that I mean my drunken serenity, has now kicked into the point where I'm like, whatever. Like long hair, don't care.
As
You have hair?
Exactly.
they line up wearing flower crowns on their head, and they have wreaths around their neck that it seems that elves had woven as they are wearing these wreaths. And they say, "Zari, or who of you has all of the items that you've grabbed?" And I know, Carl, you've already grabbed your your item, right? You drank and they start nodding
Yep,
to
yep,
you.
yep. We don't need to talk about it. Nope.
Okay.
Okay. I'd forgotten about all that.
Yeah.
The cup is in the trash, and we don't need to discuss it anymore.
Oh, she drank the wolf sample.
It was
The
the red
wolf sample.
solo cup too, which
Wolf
made it so
sample.
much better. It was just this is a regret drink.
Hair of the dog.
I mean,
Oh,
Carl,
literally.
you can take take part in the ceremony, but it might not be as changing for you as your body is already going through some changes. And if you'd like to talk about it, we can work it out with you.
I got a god to talk about that with, who is also like, gave me the power, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and she's smoking hot, and she, Steve, and you see Pat Future just slaps you on the arm.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah.
You said that you were gonna say slap you on the ass.
Steve has a sensitive behind. Not many people know that.
It's the hormones.
It's the hormone.
It's the
Look,
hormones.
I'm sure
Yeah,
she's just not
slaps him in the
interested.
ass and Steve just starts sobbing uncontrollably.
I'm sure she just wasn't interested because she's not looking to hook up with a single dad. It's fine, Steve. It's fine.
As
It's fine.
It's just been so
Fine.
devastating on my
Fine.
figure.
Fine, it's all fine.
line up in front of us, holding out, looking at the items that you've handed over. They see the shield of the fire giant dreadnought, and they hand it over
I
to
actually
Steve.
pulled out the bag.
Would you have given it to them if they asked?
The thing is that shield is super heavy. I don't think Zari could have pulled it out of the bag of holding.
Well, if you're going to pull it out, they will definitely help.
Okay.
As one of them, literally with one arm, pulls it out. And they look, again, they're in great shape, but not like a shape of someone who can pull like 500-pound shield out. But they pull it out.
Dear God. It makes sense.
Yeah, but they're gods, they're eternal. And one of them grabs it, puts it in Steve's arms, and says, "Hold this," as you're like balancing it, kind of a thing in front of you. And they say, "For the ceremony, you'll need this, Steve." Looks at Zari and says, "Can I have the necklace?"
Sure. Rummaging around. You hear books fall. Hold on. And I pull out the necklace.
And as you pull out the necklace, she takes it in her hand, looks at it, and then hands it right back to you and says, "Zari, hold this."
Okay. Back in the bag of holding.
No. Hold this. Zari, hold this.
Put it on.
You can put it on.
All right, fine. I grab it, tie it around my wrist. What's next?
Zari's been blinging out a lot. We got the stay away from me ring. We got the creepy blood necklace. We got a lot of options for Zari now. We're gonna throw you some tattoos, and you're gonna be out there getting it.
Mhm.
Hottest rap
I already
album of the
have a
summer.
tattoo. I already have a
Hottest
tattoo.
rap album of the
Carl's
summer.
like, what? You have a tattoo?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The
And Zari
island
would lift up
Zaris.
her shoulder, and you just see dots that connect the dots. And if
Ooh.
you take the time to connect the dots, it gives you the finger.
What a reward. What a reward.
I
Looks
want to
over
see
at Brogan
the no
and
regrets tattoo spelt with an A. No regrets.
Yeah, no regret.
Someone has no regrets, clearly. Looks at Zari. Zari, can you give me the dragon scale?
Sure. Hold on.
And
And I fling it out.
you fling this dragon scale out that's like 3 by 3, and they say, Brogan, hold this up to your bare chest.
Yeah, it's the only way I roll. No shoes either. As he says that, he looks around for Master Splinter, being like, hopefully he didn't hear that.
You've got a level of stress based on having him in your life. And as they say, by the gods. And they say, wait, are you ready?
Or what?
I'll haul back. I'll haul back on whatever I got to drink, and I'm like, okay, ready now.
And they say,
Yeah. I do a quick shot too.
by the gods, I now bind. And as they're starting to go, Steve, one of your sending stones starts going off.
Is it in my helmet?
It's not the helmet. It's
not
a
the
sending
helmet?
stone in your pocket.
Okay, I think it's I'm old, so I think it's the helmet. I'm trying to answer that, and it's still ringing, and I'm looking around. I was like, is that one of you guys? What is that?
Nope.
You start hearing in the helmet, no, Steve, I didn't call you.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, and I'll hang that one up, and I'll finally find the sending stone in my pants pocket, and I'll pull it out, and I'll answer it. Hello?
Hello, Steve. This is Saloon. How are you?
Oh, hey, Saloon, how are you?
Good.
I'm gonna as soon as I say hey, Saloon, I'm gonna make a big deal of it, and I'm gonna wink at Brogan like, yeah, she's calling.
So, Steve.
I just.
Wait, is that Saloon?
Zari's just going to laugh because he literally went to a flirt voice in under 5 seconds.
That was so funny.
We're in the middle of like a 3-sentence thing, and you answer the phone, Steve.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm holding my finger up. This is an important call. This is an important call.
It doesn't even have caller ID. You just guessed.
I mean, he's only been contacted by 2 people.
It's true. I've given 2 people this phone number. It had to be important, and both
Other
of them
than
are
insurance
gods.
agencies.
I'd like to point out that my call list is very, very prestigious. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back.
Being called by that carriage insurance agency wanting your social security number.
Yeah, listen. They're going to extend my carriage's warranty. Okay, I don't know why you keep making fun of me for it.
I really pray for your bank account, Steve.
Steve.
What bank account? Anyway, I'm going to go back to the phone, and I'm going to say, hey, what can I help you with? I knew you'd call.
Steve, I'm so happy you picked up.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor?
Of course, anything for you.
And the phone to Carl.
He's not here.
No, Carlotta Tea Leaf.
Oh, Carlotta. Okay. All right. I'm going to hand it over and say she wants to talk to you.
As Brogan guessed that, he's going to cackle like a maniac and be like, woo, more drinks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You all look in front of you and you see past, present, and future just tapping their feet, staring at you all, waiting for.
I'm gonna. As soon as I see the taps, I'm gonna hold just 1 second. Just be a second.
This is our norm. We ruin everything.
I think Carlotta froze.
Carlotta.
Oh no.
Oh no! Did we drop Carlotta?
She wasn't ready for her close up.
Frozen in a
smile.
smile.
Ready for Saloon to call.
Frozen in a smile.
Well, we'll see what that looks like in a second.
I mean, I guess you can get through us too before Carlotta comes back.
Yeah. Well, I think if Carlotta has stepped out for a second, what we will have happen is the 3 sisters, past, present, and future, do not care that you are on the line. and they will say, "With the power of the gods." Now they are kind of pissed, and you hear almost like a thunderous clap above their heads. "I bind thee
Oh
to
no.
these pieces of immortality." And as you feel a tingling coming up your body, you notice that all of these magic items disappear. And you find yourselves with emblems of these magic items on your body somewhere. Brogan,
We
where would the emblem of the scale be?
Oh, let's be cheeky about it. The emblem of my scale, we're gonna put it. I mean, all of me is scaly, so I guess it doesn't matter. We're gonna. Is it possible that I can make it neon based and have it glow? Because if so, I'm gonna put it on my back so it shows through my pimp jacket.
You know, yeah, for sure.
We're gonna do that. It's just gonna be another off shade of green.
Can I point out that he's literally turning us into Power Rangers right now?
First of
Actually
all,
Becoming Power Rangers.
your weapon has lit up since
The
like
Power
session 3 with
Rangers.
family.
Yeah, but now we've got emblems that turn us into like warriors. He's turning us into Power Rangers.
First of all, I've been Mighty
Gives up being the
Morphin
Green
ready
Ranger.
since I was 8.
Since you were 8, that's sad.
Well, some of us were born before the age of 2000, so you know these things happen.
I'm honestly surprised you know who the Power Rangers are. For being
Well, they
honest.
have like a million episodes now. They're not Mighty Morphin
They
anymore.
have
Now they're
22
like
seasons. I grew up with Power Rangers
now
too.
they're like Power Rangers that drive cars and submarines and pick their nose. They have nothing left. They've exhausted every avenue.
Honestly, like they have done dinosaur, then something else, then dinosaur theme, then something else, then dinosaur theme. They keep going back to the dinosaur theme.
Well, if these things don't link up and like summon Captain Planet, I'm gonna be really upset.
I'd be okay with Voltron.
Ultron.
Yeah, you guys could form into a
Ugh.
giant mess. It would be the inevitable end game of this.
Just
Let's
just
just do
a disaster
That's
yard
accurate.
sale.
no. We're doing Thundercats Ho because I have Schrodinger's staff.
That's
Pile
true.
of kittens.
I've never seen that. I
Back
don't know
to
what
the
you're talking
binding,
about.
as we possibly
I
have
know,
lost Carl. I'm going just there was some internet issues and they happened. So we are going to move forward. As you get the binding, all of a sudden you see that Carl is just kind of standing there. Nothing happens with Carl. You hear a knock on the door, of course, but you're almost frozen in place as you're kind of shaking. And now you feel your stomach starting to get upset and your body changing. Steve, you feel a fire moving through your body, almost as if it hurts so much to be burnt. It's almost like your blood is burning alive, kind of a thing.
Great. That's Steve is excited about that. The severe indigestion.
It's just diabetes, Steve. You're fine. You're fine.
um, hey, we got Carl back, and we'll get back to that call in just 1 second. And your voice is out though, Carl. It might be the mute on the phone or whatnot for the moment.
You hear me now?
Can hear you now. Perfect.
Sorry, my wife went out.
Yeah, it happens. Modern age, you know. Brogan, you start to feel your skin getting tenser and tighter, and the scales you have feel like they're growing larger by 10 times, but as you look, they're not. You feel on your back, there's almost this bone growing where wings can start to sprout out, but you see no wings behind you. You can feel it there, but it's not there yet.
This is Dragon Watch. It's like Baywatch, but for dragons. I'm
Like
ready.
slow
I'm
motion?
getting tighter. Yeah.
So does Steve also get to pick where his emblem goes on him?
Where's your emblem?
I'm having an Iron Man, obviously, like right in the middle of the chest. Does it glow? I'm hoping it glows, right?
Oh yeah, it will glow with fire.
That's right.
Zari,
It doesn't grow with sandwich stuff. Oh man, what a bummer.
you
What a
start to feel
bummer.
your light breakfast, Zari, become almost unappetizing as you feel like fangs are growing in your teeth. You feel kind of a pale ashenness in your skin, but energy beyond energy you've ever had. A resilience and dexterity that you've never come across. And where would your symbol be?
She would wrapped it around her arm because she was holding it while handing out stuff, and she did not move it.
Very nice.
It's on her arm.
And so the symbol is wrapped around your arm, almost as if it's the what was it? The necklace of the damned. And
Is there any
Carl,
chance we can have it wrap around her other tattoo so it looks like the symbol's also giving the finger? Is this an option?
I will magical tinker that tattoo down and make it look like that. How's that?
Yes.
Two middle fingers. As Brogan asks, is like, do it, change it.
Yeah, Brogan, you realize that tattoo is a fake.
It's real enough to me.
Yeah. Carl, you hear on the phone. Wait, Carl, have I missed the ceremony? I'm outside.
Carl's gonna be like, okay. And she's gonna scurry really quickly to the door and like go really high to get the doorknob.
Oh, it's a very high doorknob. These are gods. And as you reach this giant doorknob and open it, you see, almost as if she's not walking, in a flowing moonlit gown that always seems to follow her, you see silver-haired, young complexion, pale skin, walking in, almost floating into the room, saloon. It says, Carl, I wanted to be here for the bonding ceremony. Did I just miss it?
I kind of spaced out for a little bit, but no, I think we're right in the middle.
Oh, fantastic. I'll join you for it. Can you give the sending stone back to Steve? If I need to get in touch with you, it'd be good to be able to call him.
Okay. And then
He could keep it.
like, while Steve's in the middle of his transformation, just tuck it into his pocket.
As Zari says that, I wink at Steve like, hey, all right.
As this goes on, you start to almost have an inherent knowledge, each of you, that you have just bonded with something of the other side, or at least of one of the items you had found. Steve, you're able to pick up the Fire Giant Dreadnought stat block. And it's a CR, I believe it's like a CR 14, 15, or 13 or something like that. Powerful. You're going to be able to grow up to about 20 feet, 25 feet tall, bearing 2 shields if you care to, or 1 shield and your axe in the other hand, and be able to go to battle.
Have we determined, will my axe become the size of like Fire?
It's going to be the
Yes,
toothpick of
scale
family.
with you.
Of course, it was the magical axe of the Fast and the Furious. Why would it not?
Oh no, 100%. It will scale with
Right.
you.
Right.
It will 100% scale with you. It's still going to do the same damage, but it's going to scale with you. So
Okay.
but we can add. I'll tell you what. We can add an extra D8 fire damage onto it also for having the fire properties.
Another question: so if I do I actually change into a fire giant when this happens, or do I just get the?
You get 20 feet tall, and you
do my clothes like Hulk off? Am I naked, Steve, when this happens, or do my clothes like expand?
That's up to you.
Please no.
That's up to me. That's
what happened to Rule 1? You always have pants. Rule.
I didn't say anything about pants. Do I look like a fire giant when this happens?
You're gonna look like Steve, but with like fiery eyes, and your skin's gonna go slightly grayish. So picture Steve.
Can I make a slight addendum to this as well?
Yeah.
It plays like Iron Maiden every time like this happens. Just
You're
blast
with the
Iron
dad
Maiden.
bod.
There's a boombox inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Run to the Hills
wait.
plays constantly while I'm in that mode.
So when you rage, because rage is based off of your strength block, when you gain size, your stats increase. So I would check your damage on a actual player note.
I mean, that's a lot.
Player note. I think when your size increases, you get an extra D4 damage. So
it depends on what weapon he was already wielding versus how much his size goes up. If he goes from medium to large, it's a D4.
I'm going to throw the D8 in there for him. Plus, he's going to have the stat block.
Yeah,
of the fire giant,
I think it's plenty.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Which is better stats than he has. So
it's a lot better stats than I have, judging by this. Yeah.
It's Steve,
but I'd like to point out, still dumb as a box of rocks, just a lot stronger box of rocks at this point.
Yeah.
That's all you're looking for out of a box of rocks. It's supposed to be heavy.
Brogan, as you've grown, as you feel you have the inherent knowledge now of an adult green dragon.
Holy shit, I'm smart.
Yeah, you have all of the stats. You do not get the legendary actions, but all of you will have legendary resistances. Granted
Guys,
by.
I shouldn't have snorted all those drugs before. I now know that was a bad decision.
Literally, it's
was.
when this is the first time Brogan puts on a pair of glasses and starts reading a book. Like it's.
we're we're gonna come out and he's hip deep into Moby Dick. Like, man, that Melville really knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I'm like quoting random intellectuals, and you guys are like, "What is he talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh
You
yeah."
guys ever heard of this Friedrich Nietzsche guy before?
Yeah.
If you guys weren't
I was like,
aware
sorry, we
that
just start slapping you.
the theory of relativity actually only became relevant when, and you guys are like, "What?"
Yep. Like,
I'm pretty sure he only likes lifting weights and drinking beer. This is not him.
it's time for Brogan to hunt his white whale now. So we will get into that.
Saloon.
Zari, you have just picked up the stat block of an undead creature. With your necklace of the damned from hell, you just picked up the vampire stat block.
Yay.
Obviously not Team Jacob over there.
I have
The
no idea who that is.
legendary resistances, shape changer, from your misty escape, your spider climb.
Regeneration.
Yep.
Twilight?
It's gonna
Regeneration.
be so hard to kill me, so I can actually heal you guys for like 4 spell slots, and then that's it.
Yep.
That's it. We're making Twilight jokes the rest of the episode, just so everyone's aware.
I thought that was a softball. I threw it in real low and slow.
I still don't know what that is.
You haven't seen Twilight?
No!
Watch a movie.
I have watched the movie. I tried to
Okay,
read and watch Twilight. It was boring as hell.
No, you're not
Go back
wrong.
and-
You're absolutely not wrong.
It was bad.
So bad.
Past, present, and future look over at Carl and say, "Well, you've already gotten your gift from Saloon," and looks over at Saloon and says, "Oh, hi, Saloon. I didn't see you there. Good to have you. When did you arrive?" As she slaps you on the back and whispers in your ear, Carl, "These sisters have never liked me. It's the whole I by myself have the moon and they just have the life tree. All three of them have to split it. They think they're jealous."
Yeah, one of them keeps putting out little tiny microaggressions, and it's making me and everyone else really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's past. She's kind of stuck there, you know?
Pseudo old people are racist joke. Well played, sir. And just like Brogan, I'm gonna lay it all out because now I understand it because I'm smart, Brogan. Now.
As Saloon goes and talks to to the past, present, and future, Present runs out and says, "By the way, I think it's about time you go end this for us all and save all of the realms in the Forgotten Realms." Are you ready?
All right.
It's a lot of realms.
Before I'm ready, I hold my arms up and I'm like, Steven, Neon, come here, guys, because if I do happen to lose, we're all friggin' fracked. And by I mean the group, not just me, obviously. But if we as the collective lose, this is done. So bring it in. Best bed and breakfast ever to exist.
The 1-2 punch, Brogan. We'll always have.
That's what I'm saying.
Steve is gonna slowly take off his sweater vest, and he's gonna put on the "Let's Get Weird" shirt for this battle.
Oh my God! Iron Maiden starts playing.
And Iron Maiden.
It's completely shredded and burnt in like 90 places.
It's been through some stuff, but it still says "Let's Get Weird" through all the stains.
Yeah,
on
it literally looks like Dresden after World War II.
Can we please put an 80s jacket on Steve? Just like straight up 80s. Like, I don't, you know what? We can even give him a Marty McFly hat. I don't care. Let's get real weird with this.
The sleeveless jean jacket goes on as you embody the fire giant.
Canadian suit. I love it.
As President says, "Well, I'm glad you're all ready because I forgot to mention overnight, well, small detail, but you know, I'm not future, I'm just present. And so from what I learned overnight, it turns out Loki had gotten his children together, united them, and They should be right outside any minute. Actually now. And
Fantastic.
as you
With
look
my
at
big
ascending,
dragon brain, I know he has 8 million kids because he humped every single species on the planet. Guys, this isn't great news. I'm just letting you know.
and
I'm honestly surprised we survived this far. So
Present looks at you all wide-eyed and looks up at a screen, and you see outside of the ashen tree in the snow in like a half blizzard kind of an idea. It's still visible, but you see wind blowing outside the ashen tree on about a foot of snow. You see coming through the veil of blizzard a 200-foot tall wolf with a man riding on the back of it, Loki. Walking right next to the wolf, you see an undead sorceress, Hel, standing right there. And flying through the sky, right on the other side of Fenrir, you see Jörgmundor flying through the air. And walking behind them is the fire giant king, Suter. And you hear a echo that echoes through the trees and then through the tree. And after it echoes through the tree, it actually echoes through the screens where everyone's watching Sleuths in Ysgard inside the tree. And you hear, "Bring your warriors out. We know you're in there."
who are they
Let's
talking
do
to?
this. Let's do this.
Yeah, this is what it means to get weird.
This is what it means to die.
So are we all in agreement? We're ready to walk out? Are we ready to do this?
Oh, before we do, I look at Sending Stone Media, right at one of those crystals, and I'm like, you guys got to do me a favor. I need you to play Danger Zone at max volume as we walk out of here.
And all of a
And then I
sudden, in the
magically find a
background,
pair of sunglasses.
the best of Kenny Loggins starts playing. Danger Zone starts rolling. And as you start walking out, you feel your body has an inherent knowledge of what it can do and of how to do it. As your body has this inherent knowledge of what to do and how to do it, it will be on you to choose the moment you change over. Just like Carlotta has shown you. As Carlotta is the last one to leave, you hear Saloon in the background say, "Carlotta, good luck. I hope everything goes well."
You're not coming.
Well, of course not. This is on you. The gods, we can interfere. We can just not intervene.
Aren't they gods out there?
Aren't they gods?
Well, they're out there, yes, but we're the good gods. So the good gods need to stay in here. As you see, Present walks up and hands Saloon popcorn and says,
Look back
"Yes,
to the group.
we
So you're
stay
sissy
here."
god.
I
Okay.
turn to Loki and go, "Can I join you?"
No, you must die.
Oh,
I
that's
look
terrible.
back to everyone else and I'm like, guys, only cool people walk away from explosions. Stop talking to everybody else. Do you not see the sunglasses?
I'll be watching, Carl. Don't disappoint me. And she slams the door behind her.
Oh wow.
So we're outside. We're outside now, and it's playing Kenny Loggins.
It's playing Kenny Loggins. We're getting towards the end of the song, though, and so it's like a mashup of Kenny Loggins and Iron Maiden. Certain parts are louder than others.
Perfect.
And you guys will have the choice of when you would like to change over. As Loki stands on the back of the horse, does a triple back, I mean, not on the back of the horse, on the back of Fenrir, does a triple backflip off and looks at you all and says, "Children and fire giant Suitor. By the way, guys, we've killed the ice giants. Now we're going to kill you and finish off the lands. Children, take them out." And you see them start walking closer to you all, ready to attack.
Oh, Steve is in full sprint at his regular size, mind you, towards this battle. Like he is running towards these guys. Steve is excited about all of this.
As you start running, a fire giant runs in turn and starts moving. And we're about like 200 feet away from each other, so we've got time on this. As you're running towards each other,
what's everybody else
telekinesis.
doing?
You got what?
I cast telekinesis on something, and
it's all snow around you and blizzard. So what do you telekinesis?
The only piece of yellow snow around here. Take that, nerd.
Yeah, the only piece of yellow snow. I just tossed it at them.
Right.
I'll
After
just make it even more blinding. You can't see anything.
it's getting more blinding. Okay, cool. As they're gonna there as the rest of them slow down, the fire giant's gonna be out further because of the extra snow flailing around. Anything else you guys get up to before we roll into initiative?
Oh, I shout aggressively at the other dragon. You're about to find out why you're Goose and I'm Maverick, and I start to change.
As you start to change, Brogan, all of a sudden, it's one of the most painful processes you've ever been through in your life as wings sprout out of your back from almost nowhere. It feels
I'm
like
half in the bag. I
yeah,
got this.
as bones start breaking out from your back and becoming part of your wings, your legs start growing outwards, your knees bend in the wrong way, as dragon knees do, and you start growing out claws. Your arms grow out longer and longer claws as you feel your neck stretching long until you grow in the form of a long black dragon or
As
a
I'm
green
growing,
dragon.
as I'm growing, I awkwardly say quietly to the group, "I'm like, I'm a giraffe. I'm a giraffe. This is terrible. This is a terrible gift. I'm a giraffe."
You're not.
Well, I can't tell as I'm changing. All I know is my neck goes from normal size to you take a drink of coffee and then it's cold when it hits your stomach.
What do you feel on your back?
I don't know, but it feels like more cold coffee.
Oh god.
As I'm rolling them into initiative, I ask you all now, roll into initiative. We have one of you who's changed over.
Do we use
Uh,
our tokens or do we use our new
you use
token?
your tokens, and then
Gotcha.
any of you who have changed
The stat
over
block.
will you can just use the stat block on the.
Sounds good.
Hey.
I have access to roll 20 right now.
You do
Where
not.
did
I will
the
roll you.
Tyrannosaurus Rex come from?
Oh, good question, huh?
I love how my initiative is terrible.
Good question on where did Tyrannosaurus Rex come from. It just so happens a creative DM decided that Fenrir would have the Tyrannosaurus Rex stat block.
Oh, you hate us.
What are you talking?
You
I'm
just
an
jumped up
adult
to
green
level
dragon.
15.
I fear nothing.
Yeah, you're the only player who's ever looked at their DM and was like, wow, you just jumped me up to level 15. Gosh, my DM hates me.
I could not be afraid of anything less right now.
And there's Carl.
Yesterday I saw how much damage T-Rexes did.
They can do a lot of damage, T-Rexes.
Especially when they crit.
Gosh, I wish we had licensing to music, you know? I would just throw on something dramatic like Danger Zone or Iron
Dude,
Maiden.
that's why I said it. Because
Zari,
he's about to fly into the
Steve,
danger
Carl,
zone. We're both
Brogan,
dragons.
Fenrir, Jörgmundor, Hell, Fire. So as Steve is running full speed, this fire giant's running full speed at Steve. The king suitor is running full speed at Steve. Zari, we've had a Brogan changeover. Zari, you're first up. What do you do?
Cool. I see hell. I see what's going on, and I'm still going to keep. If I find anything, chuck it at her with telekinesis. But if not, I cast firebolt in her direction.
Awesome. Let's see the firebolt as it flies out and you're moving close. I wish you had advantage, but you do not because that would have been an awesome critical. But with a 22, that definitely hits on Hell. And as a 22 definitely hits on Hell, two seconds, my bad. You take 12 damage, I think it was, off 12 damage off of Hell. So that's 2, 5 minus 12. Taking 12 damage off of Hell as as your firebolt hits her chest, and you hear her hiss like a vampire. But we'll see what your hiss looks like. Steve, this fire giant is running at you, and
Bring it on, baby.
as it's running at you, it looks over at you, and you see it reaches under the snow as deep as it can go. It grabs a rock, picks up a piece of the land, breaks it off a bunch of rocks, and throws it at you. And as it throws a bunch of rocks at you, your new AC as a fire giant is oh
21.
you're in Steve form, so you
I'm
have
still Steve right now. Yeah,
yeah, so you would have the Steve AC. What's your Steve AC?
it's
It's
not
not
high.
21.
It's not. It's 13, sir.
13. So 21 hits for 31 damage as a giant boulder slams into
That's
you.
fine. That's
What does
fine.
it
We love it.
what does it look like as it happens?
So Steve is completely undeterred. Like this is just smashes into him. But Steve is barbarian. He loves this life. This is the
See,
life he
I
chose to
figured
live.
Steve
Oh,
would probably put
concussion.
his belly first to be like, abort this, abort this, abort this. That's what I was
Belly
thinking.
bong. Belly bong.
Jurgmundor
He
is
has
flying through the air and sees you. It almost smells you, Brogan. And as it's flying through the air, it looks through the air, and you see it starts hammering down on your position. And as Jurgmundor starts hammering down this long sky serpent,
I whisper
um,
to myself, I am the danger zone. I am the danger zone. I am the danger zone.
it looks over, and you hear on the wind dissonant whispers in your ear. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Do I? Oh no! Oh, his wisdom's better than mine. Okay, as a dragon, my wisdom sucks less.
Yeah, so do the wisdom.
Oh no, it's still bad.
As you get a 12, you needed to meet a 17 as there are whispers in your ear that start going
Legendary
off.
resistance. Legendary resistance.
You're not as cool as you think you are. You're going to die today. You're going to let your friends down. No one like these dissonant whispers start going off in your ear.
What level is the spell cast
Low.
at?
Level 1. And you can choose, if you're in your form, you can choose to make the save if you want with your legendary resistance.
Or 3d6 away from you doesn't blah blah blah.
And that would mean you would run away from
We're gonna use it so I don't have to run away. We're gonna pop one of the resistances.
Very nice. What's the internal narrative that you use to pass the save?
So he's telling me I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die today, and I'm gonna be like, I've been dying since I was born. I've been an alcoholic since I was 9. Bring it, nerd.
You start going through an AA meeting with them. Like,
and I'm an alcoholic.
yeah.
Exactly. I've been killing myself slowly since I was 9. Bring it on.
Love it. Hell is up and is pissed about getting hit by those getting hit by the scorching ray. And as Hell looks over at you, pulls out her staff, is floating through the air, moving towards Zari, and is now going to come on. Sorry, firestorm at Zari.
Woo! Dexterity.
So a storm made up of sheets of roaring flame appears in a location you choose within. The areas the storm consists of up to 10 foot cube. Dexterity saving throw or take half as much damage. As it starts melting the snow away by your feet, you do a 17. 17 does not pass. You are not in your changed form yet, right?
Nope.
So you
That
don't get the
hurt.
legendary resistance as you take 39 fire damage.
And that brought me down to 5.
Hey, I'm not gonna say I had the best first action, but I totally did before combat.
When you change over, you'll get the health of the vampire. So if you choose to change. Steve, you are up after getting hit by a giant boulder from this fire giant who's now maybe 100 feet from you at best.
Okay, I'm going to, as Steve.
It's morphin' time.
It's going to be here in a second. I'm going to use Steve's full speed because it's a great speed. I'm going to run at him, and then I'm going to hit the button as I like leap into the air, and I'm going to do a shield charge at this guy, but it's like going to be stylized because I'm like leaping through the air.
And are you changing over as you're
Is it a shield charge?
Yeah. I said I hit the button on my chest.
Very nice.
as I'm jumping. So like I grow to this huge giant like midair, and Steve's version of a fire giant, like I've got like the Steve head, and it just grows to be giant size because why wouldn't you keep Steve head? and like red fiery eyes, but my armor is like Kiss Army armor, like 80s Kiss Army armor.
So
And
dramatic.
it's just belting out the Iron Maiden as I come bring my shield down on this guy. And so I think I just hit this.
Very nice.
No,
Shield
oh
charge.
no,
To
he has to
do
make a
that,
DC 21 saving throw.
I vote that Steve's tongue also grows in comparison to Kiss Army level.
Oh no, I got the face paint, and like I'm rocking the whole thing. The Let's Get Weird shirt and my pants grow to the appropriate size.
and
Thank
that's
you.
a
And the
dexterity
pants.
saving throw or a con?
It's a strength 21 strength saving throw.
21 strength. Awesome. Sorry, this dreadnought stat sheet's giving me problems. And
Ooh,
it
crit
fails
fail.
with a crit fail. What does this crit fail look like, Steve?
Oh, so he's just like, I think he's just caught off guard by the fact that this little boomer man ran at him and then turned into a fire giant mid leap. So he kind of like stops and his jaw drops a little bit and he just gets yard sailed by this whole thing.
Gets pushed back 30 feet, gets knocked prone. Roll me 8d6 for bludgeoning and 4d6 for fire.
All right. So, whoops. Don't count that because I put it in wrong here. That was a misinput. So it's what, 8d6? So 66. 68 rather.
8d6 and 4d6. So it's going to be 12d6 altogether.
12d6. Okay. 12d6. Roll it. 25 damage. That's the worst.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
worst
1,
it could
2, 3, 4,
almost-
5, 6,
No, seriously,
7
look at all the
ones.
1, 2, 3, 4,
7
5, 6,
ones.
7 ones.
7 ones as he takes the big thing is he takes 25 damage, gets knocked prone, gets flung backwards, and is now on one knee on the ground 30 feet away from you.
Yeah.
I whisper very loudly, you should have said family.
So after the hit, like Steve is out of shape, even though the fire giant is. He's like, this guy got hands on his knees and he's breathing out steam because he's a fire giant. Like,
just winded.
Clearly out of wind after that big move.
Steve is definitely gassed right now.
Yeah, Steve is gassed.
And as Steve is gassed, the wind picks up. The blizzard is blowing. Our gods are moving in on our heroes. Some are in their god form, some are not. And as the cameras pan out, you see that there are 3 or 4 Sending Stone media cameras watching this battle. And as it goes on, that is where we end today. And we will pick up in the initiative order next week in this epic battle and epic conclusion of Sleuths in Ysgard.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. You guys did awesome. That was a fantastic session and show. Thank you everyone who was watching. Thank you all who care about the show and give us awesome reviews, like, follow, subscribe between Spotify, YouTube, and Twitch. Anything you guys want to put out before we close it out for the night?
Just
Thank you
one
for
thing.
the tattoo ideas, Tony.
Yeah, thank you for the tattoo ideas. We're going to definitely implement them.
I just want to shout out to my buddy Dustin for tuning in. Thank you, appreciate it. Please come back.
Thank you, Dustin. And thank everyone else for joining in. And enjoy your night. Be safe, have fun, and tune in next week at 6:45 for Sleuths in Ysgard's conclusion.